Third grade worksheet lesson 7. Write each time, then write 2 ways you can read each time. Number 1. So to read time, we have to look at the hour hand first, which is the shorter one, and then the minute hand, which is the longer one. So the hour hand is pointing between 9 and 10. That means our hour is 9. And put a colon, which looks like this, 2 dots on top of each other. And then we like the minute hand. So it's pointing at 1 tick past 5. So each number here represents a certain amount of minutes. So 12 represents 0 minutes, 1 represents 5 minutes, 2 represents 10, 3, 15, 20, 25, and so on. It goes in multiples of 5. So if it's pointing at 1 minute past 5, that means we have to add 1 minute to 25, which is just 26. And that's our time. And we could read this as 9:26. Or we can read it as 26 minutes past 9. So we can read it as 9:26 or 26 minutes past 9. Number 2. The hour hand is in between 10 and 11. So our hour is 10. Put the colon. And the minute hand is 1 past 9. So we have, starting at 12, it's 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Now you don't have to list all of them if you know your times tables, specifically the multiples of 5. So you can just multiply 9 by 5 to get the minutes. And since it's 1 past 9, the minutes would be 46. And you could read this as 10:46 or 46 minutes past 10. Let's move on to the next section. Write the time using AM or PM. Number 1. So we can find the time using the same strategy as before. The hour hand is in between 4 and 5. And the minute hand is right on 7. So 7 times 5 is 35. That means our minute is also 35. And it says that we're doing homework. Since we do homework in the evening, we put PM. So things that happen in the evening or at night or after school are PM. And things that happen in the morning, like waking up, brushing your teeth, going to school, that's AM. So AM equals morning. And PM is evening or night. Number 2. The hour hand is in between 10 and 11. So our hour is 10. And the minute hand is pointing directly at 3. So 3 times 5 is 15. So the minute is 15. And it says when the moon shines. So the moon comes out at night. So it's also going to be PM. Let's move on to the next section. So here we have a schedule of a student named Matthew. We have a column for his activities, the start and end time of his activities, and the amount of time he spent doing the activity. So for the first activity, eating a snack, he started at 3:45 p.m. and he ended this activity at 4:05 p.m. and that took 20 minutes. Let's go to the second activity. So he did homework at 4:05 p.m., which means he did it right after. And then he ended at 5:10 p.m. And the elapsed time, or the amount of time he spent doing homework, is blank. So we have to find this. And to find this, we can simply subtract the times. So we have to subtract the minutes first. So 10 minus 5 is 5 minutes. And 5 minus 4 is 1. And that's the hours, so the elapsed time is 1 hour and 5 minutes. His next activity was taking a nap, and he started at 5:10 p.m., which is also right after doing homework. And we're not given the end time, but we are given the amount of time he spent napping, which is 25 minutes. So the way you can find the end time, if we have the starting time and the amount of time you did the activity, you just add this to the starting time. So 25 plus 5:10 is 5:35 p.m. Number 1, how long will Matthew do homework? So we already did this. He said that it was 1 hour and 5 minutes. Number 2, when will Matthew take his nap? So the starting time for his nap is 5:10 p.m. Number 3, how much time has passed when Matthew started doing homework to the end of his nap? So we have to look at the we have to look at the elapsed time because it's asking for how much. So Matthew spent 1 hour and 5 minutes doing homework, and he spent 25 minutes taking a nap. So that means we have to add these two up. So 1 hour 5 minutes plus 25 minutes, we just add the minutes up. So that is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So 1 hour and 30 minutes has passed. Let's move on to the word problems. Number 1, Lily wakes up at 7:30 a.m. and eats breakfast 45 minutes later. You can see that. What time does Lily eat breakfast? So one thing to note here is that when the minute, right here, when it reaches 60, it resets to 0. And you add 1 to the hour. So if, let's say it was actually 7:59 and 1 minute passed, well then it would be 8. So if she spent 45 minutes, or she waited 45 minutes to eat breakfast, that would go past 60. But how much? It would be, so we take 30 minutes from this and add it here. So 7:30 plus 30 minutes would be 760. Would that be the same thing as 8? 760 doesn't exist. And then we have 15 minutes left from subtracting 30. So we just add that to the final time. So it'd be 8:15. So Lily would eat at 8:15. Lily would eat breakfast at 8:15. Number 2, the school bus picks John up at 8:15 a.m. It takes 30 minutes to reach the school. What time does John arrive at school? We can just add the time up here. Since it doesn't go past 60, we don't have to do anything to the hours.